Hello, beautiful people of YouTube. We are going to do this video in one run because I do not want to edit. But I'm yeah, let's do it. So this is my third week doing 75 hard, and honestly, it has been so good. And I'll tell you a little bit about my journey. I'll tell you how to pick a diet, managing workouts, the inside workout, the outside workout. Um, yeah, making how to make sure you drink all your water, making sure you don't forget to read, all that good stuff. Because all those 75 hard is super simple in the sense that you're not running 10 miles every day, you're not working out for 5 years in a row. It does require consistency, and it's really the little things that really help you get through it. And yeah, it's my third week, so I know I still have a long way to go, but I think I have it down at this point, and I've kind of figured out what works for me so that I don't feel like I have 1,000 things going on or that I forget to do X, Y, and Z. So, fun fact, I've been wanting to do 75 hard, but I hadn't been able to because I had some work stuff, some conferences going on. So, after that happened, the first half of August, then I was like, all right, we need to lock in. I really want to do 75 hard. And I started, I think, August 19th. And I started, but then I actually missed, I think it was one day I couldn't read or I forgot to read. So I had to start over again. So officially, I've been doing 75 hard. This is my third week going into it after that second time that I started. And so I'll tell you a little bit about how I'm doing 75 hard, and I'll start with my diet. So what I picked for my diet, I wanted something that was going to challenge me but also gave me room to kind of not be miserable during these 75 days, and something that I could do long term that made sense and that was healthy, right? So I knew for a fact that I wanted to do whole foods. That's actually something that I had been trying to do before 75 hard even started for me. And I kept that. So I said, okay, I'm going to do minimally processed foods. And during one of my conferences, as I mentioned, it was the first half of August, I was working out. It was like a really hefty conference. I was working out. It was like 5 in the morning, and I see somebody that was like part of the conference, like she was on the team of the conference. She is an older woman, like maybe 40s or 50s. I don't want to misage anyone, but she was older, and she looked amazing. Like, she looked amazing, and I would always see her at the gym at 5 a.m. We had to go really early because the conference was always packed, so that was the only time. And real recognize real, you know me, I'm gonna get like at least a little bit of a workout in. So I would see her at 5 a.m. and I asked her, I was like, so like, what does your life look like? What do you eat? What are you doing? Like, how do you exercise? And she said, actually, I don't eat gluten. I don't eat sugar, like processed sugars. Um, I don't eat dairy. Yeah. And I think that was all she said. So I had already tried to do gluten free at the beginning of the year, but I love me some sourdough. So I tried it, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go eat sourdough. Um, but this time around, I was like, okay, like, you know what? I had a really great conversation with her. I was convinced. I already knew 75 hard going in. I wanted to do low gluten, low processed sugar, and low dairy, and focus on eating whole foods, right? So I knew that that was going to challenge me, that was going to be good for me. And it was something that I knew that although challenging, because that's the point, right? You're doing 75 hard, you're supposed to challenge yourself. It's not supposed to be like super easy, you know? And I think you have to go in knowing that. Um, but it's still doable and it's still enjoyable and it still gives you room to do, to like enjoy your life basically. So, point being, third week in, and let me tell you, I feel so good. I feel so, so good. I'm actually thinking, like, am I allergic to gluten? Because my body has so much energy within the span of these last 3 weeks. I feel like my energy has just skyrocketed. The way that I just feel so energetic, the way that I sleep so well. As soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm out. Whereas before, my head would hit the pillow, I would try to like go to sleep early, and then I would just, I don't know, not sleep. I couldn't sleep. And mind you, I try not to touch my phone because then I feel like then I really can't sleep, but I just couldn't like fall asleep right away. Now I'm like a baby. Or have you ever seen a dog when they lay down and then 2 seconds later they're out? That's me. That's me now. And I think a big part of it is what I'm eating. I don't know if it's the no dairy, if I say low gluten, low dairy, low sugars, because again, I want to have, since I'm not used to doing that, I wanted to have a little bit of room of like, I wanted to have a sweet treat here, there, whatever. But either way, I try not to consume, and I don't think I have consumed anything. There was one time where one of my friends from Turkey brought, I think, what are they called? Baklavas? So I had like a tiny piece, and that was the only time. But other than that, I'm like super strict about it. I'm trying to lean more towards no gluten, no dairy, no sugars. I do eat a lot of fruit though. Yeah. But that's what I decided to do for my diet. My body feels so good, so so good. I can't even explain it. Um, I have so much energy. I have so much energy, like I can't explain it. But the diet has definitely made a difference to the point where I'm starting to think that maybe like I shouldn't be consuming gluten every day. And I'm definitely thinking about carrying this forward as I move on from 75 hard. Mind you, it's kind of early still, but that's the goal. Okay. I have some notes here so I don't forget some of the things that I wanted to say. Okay, outdoor workouts. To be honest, when I started 75 hard, maybe the first week, outdoor workouts seemed like, to me, they were more like a burden. Something that I had to do where I was like, bruh, please, like, have to go out and like do something outside. It's like time consuming, it's inconvenient. There were just so many things that were going through my head as I was thinking about these outdoor workouts. But honestly, the more that I do them, the more that I'm like, yeah, like I want to go outside. And actually, now, if I'm not outside, at least once a day doing a workout, it feels weird. It feels weird. Usually I'll go on a walk early in the mornings or I'll go on a run. I started running with 75 hard, and actually I went running this morning, and it was one of the first times where I truly felt so energetic, so like powerful. I've never been a runner. I've always been a slow runner, and I guess I'm turning into a runner. But yeah, it has felt so good. And I think it's just like consistency over time. I also try to do my workouts, especially the outside ones, at the same time every day of the week whenever I'm supposed to do them, if that makes sense. Because then it makes your life so much easier. And that'll tie into kind of reading. But if you do things at the same time, on the days when you're supposed to do them, then it becomes easier to do them. So for example, Mondays, I Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday mornings at 5:30 I have yoga. So at 5:30 a.m., I'll go do my yoga class and I'll come back. That's my workout check, right? But I'm not gonna have time to like go outside and like run in the morning because obviously I'm at yoga. However, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, because I do like during my rest day is Sunday, but I still go on a walk and stuff like that. Those days I'm getting up and I'm either going on a walk or I'm going on a run or some sort of activity outside because one, I think you've probably heard this, but do the hardest thing first thing in the morning. Not that outside workouts are hard, but they're a little bit more out of the way, at least for me. Um, I go just down the block to the Katy Trail. It's like a 5 minute walk, and I knock my workout out. And actually, it's been so good. I don't really like go out a lot into the area that I live in. Like it's a very walkable area, but it wasn't until like recently that I'm really just wandering off and seeing what's up and walking and going to the Katy Trail. And that has been so cool. I've gotten so familiar with the Katy Trail. And like I was saying today, I went on a run, and usually it has taken me longer in past weeks, like more time to get to the place that I get to in 25 minutes. And today it was literally exactly 25 minutes. It was like 9 seconds less that I got to the end of the trail. And I was like, oh my God, I'm getting so much faster. I am a beast. But anyways, seeing a lot of improvement. And mind you, my miles aren't even like that fast, you know? So, but it's the improvement and it's the growth that matters, which I'm so proud of myself. It got me thinking like, am I gonna be able to run a 7 minute mile one day? I don't know, because I'm old, but I think it would be cool to at least get it to 8 minutes. You know, that would be nice. I would feel so proud of myself. I would feel like the Flash. um, yeah, but that's my favorite workout, to go and get my steps in, to go outside. And this is not part of 75 Hard, but ever since I started 75 Hard, I do make an effort to hit my steps. So I have a number that I have in mind, and I think to myself, okay, like, let's do this. Let's try to get these many steps in every single day. But I love my outdoor runs, outdoor walks, anything that I do outdoors. There was one day where I did like abs at the beginning. Those workouts don't really work for me. For me, I'm more like a walking person, a running person, like that type of workout. And that's what works for me. So, yeah. Okay, reading a book. So this goes back to what I was talking about before. You want to do things at the same time every time that you're supposed to do them. And if you can couple it with things that you already do, then that's how you build habits, right? So for example, with reading a book and reading 10 pages every single day, that's the last thing that I do. I do my nighttime routine. I get in my bed and then I read 10 pages and I go to sleep. And that's my routine now. To the point where one day recently, um, I had already read my 10 pages in the morning because I knew that I might not be in the mood to read at night just because I had a really long day coming. And I laid down in my bed and I was like, this does not feel right. I have to read 10 pages. And that day I read 20 pages. Um, so you couple it with things that you already do. So now every single time before I go to bed, that's what I want to do. I go to bed and then I read my 10 pages, put my book away, and then I go to sleep. So coupling that with things that you already do is perfect. So I try to go to bed around the same time unless I have like something. But I go to bed anywhere from 9 to 10. And that'll get me in the headspace. that works for me. And I would 100% recommend that you do it at the same time every single day. You build memory and you build habits, and that you do it at the same place every single day. Obviously, if you are already a reader, if you're then you don't necessarily have to like do that, because you already do these things, so they may come more naturally to you. But definitely me with reading, especially this year, it has been like on and off. Like I'll read, I'll stop for a while, and then I'll read again. So I definitely need to build that habit, and this has helped a lot. Every time I get into bed, I'm like, okay, 10 pages. And then over time, at first I was like, oh, 10 pages so long. I know, which is nothing. And as you do it more, it just becomes easier and easier and easier to do. So, yeah. And then lastly, um, obviously there's like a lot with 75 hard, right? But I think these are the things that I think about the most. Lastly is drinking water. How do you make sure that you drink a gallon of water every single day? Well, one, you have to determine your unit of measurement. I have a Stanley cup. I think it's the 40 ounces, right? So then I'm like, okay, I think for a Stanley cup is 3 point something, right? So 3 Stanley cups and a little bit more. So what I do is I try to drink the same amount of water by a certain time every single day, because let me explain what exactly that means. Because at the beginning, I would drink whenever I felt like it, and then it was like 6 p.m. and I had 2 Stanley cups left. And that keeps you up at night in the bathroom. Long are those days for me. Those days as in like the first week. But so what I do now is I'll say, okay, I have to drink 1 Stanley cup by noon. My second Stanley cup by 3. My third Stanley cup by 6, and then the rest for the rest of the day. But for example, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, by the time that I get out of my yoga class, I finished 1 Stanley cup, because you're in there, you're sweating. It's a hot yoga. I've never sweated so much in a yoga class before. So by the time that I get out of there, I'm done with one, right? So by then, I want to have my second Stanley cup by 12, just because I want to drink everything as early as possible. And I try to make that a rule. So if it's like 11, I check my cup, like, where am I? How much have I drank? And if you set those little benchmarks for yourself, that'll save you from drinking 2 Stanley cups in 2 hours. And also, you probably don't want to be doing that. It doesn't feel good. But those like habits of like getting in the habit of drinking water throughout the day is so important. I'm actually thirsty right now. I left my cup over there, but I said I wasn't going to edit this, so I can't get up. And your body kind of like gets used to it, gets used to like asking for water. And obviously, you have those days. I think this weekend on Sunday, I had a really busy Sunday, so I wasn't able to drink as much water as early on as I wanted to. And my body was like thirsty. It was saying, where's the water, girl? You drink so much water. So setting those little goals for yourself really works. And then I guess lastly, I'll talk about my transformation. I'm not going to put pictures until the end, but I have definitely lost weight. Um, and as a girl, I think as a woman, the thing that I struggle with the most is, as you go through your cycle, you have fluctuations, and that really affects my progress, which kind of like drives me nuts, because I want to see the progress be linear all the time. Like, I don't want it to be parabolic. I'm like linear. But it just is what it is. And if you look at my progress pictures, my body actually doesn't look that different, but the scale might, because I do weigh myself. I am keeping track of like my weight and all that. Actually, I'm keeping track of my measurements that I haven't taken them. but I think I should, just so I can like see. But I've definitely seen a difference already. The scale doesn't always reflect it, and it's like this, right? But yeah, that's when like the progress pictures really help. And another thing with progress pictures, again, try to take them at the same time every single day, because then you just get in the habit of like, oh, hey, it's my time to take a progress picture. And then again, if you have a list, actually have a notes. And in that notes, I have a 75 hard note, which every single thing I have to do for 75 hard, I cross it off as I go every single day. So my last thing would be the book. Actually, before, when I get into bed, I check it because I'm about to read my book. But if I forgot anything, I'll do it then. Um, and then I have another one for activity and like things that I want to do. So, for example, reading my Bible, um, oiling my hair, mm, working out. It's like small little things. It's like a few things on each day, but each day looks different. Like, for example, there are days when I want to do stairs, which there's some stairs outside by the Katy Trail where I go and I just go up and down. That's the day where I do stairs, you know? And you kind of get used to that of like moving your body a certain way on certain days, and that takes you a long way. Because if every single Saturday is leg day, you go into every single Saturday knowing that it's leg day. For me, it is every single Saturday. And all my workouts are not always like that in terms of like upper body, lower body. Now they are with 75 hard, they're starting to. But also I've been working out for a while, so it kind of like sometimes I'm like, today I feel like chest day, which kind of works out. But yeah, take your progress pictures, and you do feel good. You look at your progress pictures, and even though it's only been 3 weeks, I already see a big difference. Um, I'm proud of myself. I have a lot of energy. I'm interested in the book that I'm reading. It's actually very interesting, and the 10 pages go by really quick. Sometimes I want to read more, but my days are so packed. I have so much going on. But it's a good habit to have. Sometimes I do read more than 10 pages. So that, mm, yeah, I'm doing a lot of other things outside of 75 Hard. I have uh, like an Equipped Disciple class at church. I have my women's Bible study coming up. I'm going to do my first belly dancing performance, which I'm so excited about and nervous, but I have to practice for it. So, but it's chill. I think I got it. I have work, obviously, throughout my day. I gotta eat healthy. I gotta cook all my meals. You know, there's so many things that are going on. I recently started volunteering at church for the children. You have I have my workouts. I have 2 workouts now. There's so much going on, but my life is filled with so many good things. And it's just like that discipline, I think, to just go ahead and get things done, even if you don't want to do them. And I feel like my mind is getting stronger. My discipline is developing. I'm just growing in a lot of different ways that I'm so proud of myself for. And 75 Hard is part of it. I think my favorite thing about 75 Hard is the food. I'm a big foodie. I love food. Oh my god. We need to do a whole video on food because I love food. I love eating good. And although, okay, let me back up to the beginning. Although you may think that I'm not eating good because I'm basically gluten free, no dairy, no sugar, every single thing that I have wanted to eat, I have found a substitute for. I have dairy free mozzarella in my fridge. This weekend, I made pizza. And yes, it was a gluten free crust. It wasn't the most like low calorie one, but whatever. And yeah, I make my own pesto. I had a burger today for lunch. Mm, Everything that I want to eat, I have. The only thing that I will say is that the ice cream kind of sucks because of the dairy free. I'm a big dairy person. So, but actually, the ice cream that I chose this weekend, it's like healthier, but it doesn't taste like anything. And I chose it because it had lower calories. There was another like chocolate one that had maybe like 100 more calories per serving. So that I will tell you, like, please just sacrifice that 100 calories and enjoy your ice cream. Maybe I'll give it another try, but it seems kind of sus, to be honest. It wasn't that good. I was like, this is what I spent my money on. I love shopping. I love grocery shopping. I love looking at the ingredients for this challenge, and probably like here on onwards for the rest of my life. I check the ingredients to make sure, like, I don't know, that there's nothing harmful. I try to shop organic when I can, grass fed, all that good stuff. I'm obsessed with papayas. I have like a whole papaya every single day with like almond butter, granola, mm, coconut flakes, chocolate like chips. I don't know what they're called. Mm, honey. It's so good. Yogurt, coconut yogurt. So good. Like, I'm gonna do a recipe because actually no, I'm gonna keep it because it's so good. It'll come out in my recipe book in a little bit, so just wait it out. But it's so good. I'm so obsessed. What else am I obsessed with? My salmon bagels in the morning. There are these gluten-free bagels that are also, I think, whole grain, something like that. Um, from Whole Foods. Oh, every single day I have a bagel, cream cheese on it, dairy free. Just assume everything that I have, it is dairy free. Um, Literally cream cheese and then salmon. Put it together like Sammy and then eat it. It's so good. And the bagels are plain or everything bagel. And then I think my favorite part is also just looking at the ingredients. Like when I was picking my yogurt or the cream cheese, I'm literally there like 20 minutes going over every single ingredient, doing research, and then finding the things that I love. And maybe over time it'll like level off in the sense that I'm not gonna spend 3 hours grocery shopping because I'm going over all of like the ingredients, because I'll find the things that I really like. Like I've tried two different yogurts and I already know which one's my favorite because it's so creamy. But I do love like shopping and seeing the different brands and everything that is in my food basically. And I feel so good. I don't think I have felt this good all year. Like I have so much energy. And yeah, maybe I'll do a little video on groceries, although I am uploading my grocery hauls, but maybe I'll do like a video of like how I pick everything and what that looks like. I think that's it. Get started with 75 hard. It is amazing. You're gonna feel so good, and the physical manifestation of your work is going to come because you are disciplined, because you are doing it, and you're not even gonna like, I think towards the end of it. This is week 3, girl. Calm down. But you just feel so good that anything that is manifesting physically is kind of like, okay. And I'm not gonna lie, I do want to see the physical results. I'm not just here for the challenge. It is part of my goal. It is part of why I started the 75 hard. And this year I gained 15 pounds and it's been hard to lose, essentially. It's been really hard. But hard is the mindset. My mentor would always tell me that hard is the mindset. And I'd be like, but he's right. He's totally right. So yeah, we're looking for physical results in this channel too, because we make it happen and it's going to happen. But what I'm saying is that the process is equally as enjoyable. So yeah, feeling very grateful, very blessed, and I can't wait to continue and show you guys my progress as I go along. 75 hard is like 10, 11 weeks, so maybe around half of it, I'll show some progress pictures and see how I'm feeling, see how everything is going, and that's it. But I'm very happy, I'm very excited. Now I'm just saying the same thing over and over again, and that's it. Peace.